Louis. A package just came for your mom. I'll send her a thank you message, but make sure you send one too, okay?
I'm gonna give that one a miss. Let me guess. Carrots? Potatoes? I wish she sent something we actually need every now and then.
Come on, don't be like that, you big grouch. Besides, we do need vegetables. Surely you notice them in the meals I cook you. We wouldn't eat nearly as many if not for your mom's packages. What does your mom like? I know she's a big fan of cream cakes, but is there anything else? I want to give her a little something back. Our way of showing we're grateful, you know?
You don't have to bother doing that.
But how is it fair if we do nothing but take all the time? I feel guilty.
The only reason she sends enough vegetables to feed a small African village is because she always has so much left over. There are a lot of farmers in her village, and they're always giving her stuff. There's no way she could eat them all on her own, so we get her leftovers, that's all. She doesn't do it out of the goodness of her heart.
Does it really matter why she does it if we benefit as a result? I'm always really happy when her packages arrive.
You are? I wish I could say the same. Honestly, it feels like she's waging some kind of harassment campaign against us.
Huh? What makes you think that?
I get that you'd be pleased if she was saying things that were rare or valuable in some way. But we could get vegetables at the supermarket. They're hardly expensive.
I mean, I guess so, but still.
Not only that, but she keeps on sending us those homemade pickled onions of hers.
Yeah, I love them. I'm grateful for those too. Surely they're not part of this harassment campaign.
God, you just don't get it, Sadie. Think about it. It's obvious she's only doing this because she thinks you're not feeding me properly.
Wait, what? That's why?
Oh, come on, think about it. She knows you're a stay-at-home housewife. Why would she send homemade food if she thought the things you were cooking were up to standard?
Well, surely there could be all sorts of reasons. Some people just like making things for others. I don't know how to pickle onions myself. I mean, I'm sure it can't be that hard. I just never done it before. What's the harm in her sending them? I think it's nice. They're novel, you know? Your mom clearly knows what she's doing because they're delicious. I really appreciate the gesture. I don't think it's unusual for her to send them at all.
You know, Sadie, some would say you've got a positive outlook on life. Honestly, I think it's just naivety. I don't think I've ever met someone with their glass as half full as yours. You even interpret my mom's nastiness as goodwill.
I really don't think it's nastiness, Louis. If anything, I think you're the one who seems bitter lately. You always seemed just as pleased as I did about her gifts until last year. What changed?
You could say I grew wise to the word when I started hearing all these stories about mother-in-laws schooling their husbands' wives in the news and from people I know. It's an epidemic. I started seeing things my mom was doing in a different light. Now it's hard to entertain the idea that there's no malice behind any of it.
I don't know about an epidemic, but I guess you do hear stories about mother-in-laws from hell sometimes. It's only normal that there'd be friction though, right? It's like you go from not really knowing each other to suddenly being family and having to figure out some way to make things work overnight.
Are there problems between you and my mom?
Nope, none at all. I know we've been married a year and it's not like we live with her. But no, we're fine. Really. My thank you messages are basically the only interaction we have. I guess you could say the one thing that could potentially become a problem is that we interact so little that we barely know each other.
You know Dave from work? He told me the other day about his mom started bullying his wife the moment the two of them got married.
Yeah, you do hear about that kind of thing sometimes. But your mom really doesn't strike me as the kind of person to bully anyone. Least of all, me. Like I said, I know I don't know her that well, but she seems super kind and thoughtful.
I guess I'm pleased you think that. I'm just not so sure that's the whole picture is all. Anyway, this should go without saying. But nothing I say about my mom leaves his chat, okay? You can't ever mention any of this to her.
Of course, sweetie. It means a lot that you're worried about me. But I don't think you have any reason to be. Besides, I'm not the type of person to worry about things that aren't even happening. Haven't we got enough on our plate with the things that are?
You've got a great mindset, babe. Maybe I should take a leaf out of your book.
I appreciate the compliment. Oh yeah, what time will you be home from work today?
Sorry, babe. I think it's going to be a late one. Last train, I'm guessing.
I see. That's a shame. I was gonna make us nice hearty stew with all these fresh vegetables your mom sent. I guess I could still leave yours in the microwave. But will you be eating at work?
Yeah, that's the plan. Feel free to make some stew for yourself though, babe. I'll join you some other time.
Some other time. Right. Lewis, you've been coming home late an awfully lot recently. It seems like most days, actually. Will you be around on Saturday at least?
Sure. I'll make sure I'm home Saturday.
Great, please do, sweetie. I'd love it if we could spend a little time together every now and then. I kind of feel like I'm living on my own sometimes lately. Good luck at work. Catch you later.
Sadie, you there? I'm real sorry, babe. Something came up at the office, so I'm going to be home late again.
Really? Again? You promised you'd be home early today.
Dave the doofus made the blunder of a lifetime, and now the whole office is on mandatory overtime to clean up the mess. We've got to rewrite about 2,000 documents. If they're not done by 6 a.m. tomorrow morning, my boss's head's going to be on the chopping block, and by extension, mine too. Not only that, but 3 of the team are on vacation, and one's on maternity leave right now, so things are a damn sight tighter than they should be.
Wow. I see. That sounds like quite the situation. Okay, I guess it can't be helped.
Oh, by the way, I got a message from my mom. I thought you should know what she said.
Oh yeah? What did she say?
Actually, I'm not sure if I should tell you this.
Cut it out, Lewis. You can't not tell me now. What did she say?
Well, she asked me if things are going well between me and you.
Oh, is that all? Isn't that a normal thing for a mother-in-law to ask? You had me worried for a sec there.
Then she started asking about kids. She asked if the reason we hadn't conceived yet was because you had something wrong with you. She wouldn't stop pestering me about how you might be infertile and whether it might be best if we booked in for IVF treatment. She was so persistent. It felt like an interrogation.
Well, what? She said those things? I never had her down as the interfering type. Is it really her place to put pressure on you like that? I guess she must really want grandkids, huh?
Isn't it a normal thing for any parent to want? Gah, no, you're right. There are such things as boundaries, and she overstepped them by asking me all that crap. Being probed like that was the last thing I needed with how things have been at work lately. I kinda lost my temper and told her to mind her own business. We haven't spoken since. I think it rubbed me up the wrong way after that mother-in-law from hell conversation we had lately. I couldn't help but wonder, is this how it starts?
I don't mind her asking about kids at all. But you're right. She had no right to ask if there's something wrong with me. What a cruel and insensitive question. Who the hell does she think she is?
Right? That's why it's all red. It's like, was she trying to upset you? I was thinking, who the hell does she think she is?
I wouldn't dwell on it, sweetie. I'm sure she got the message when you got mad with her. Thank you for sticking up for me. She probably just got carried away and asked you without thinking. I'm sure she regrets it now. Besides, I still have a long way to go as a housewife. It's only normal she'd have concerns.
Don't talk silly, babe. You're the best wife a man could hope for. You're perfect just the way you are, and don't let my meddling mother make you think otherwise. Damn, You really are kind. To think you're not even mad with her.
It's not that I'm kind. I am sad to hear she said those things about me. But still, what can I do? Getting mad never solved anything. So there's nothing for it but to take it in my stride and carry on doing my thing.
You're right. Anyway, I'm still not ready to start thinking about kids yet. Sure, we're not newlyweds anymore, but I still think it'd be nice if we could enjoy our time together a little longer before we lose it all on childcare.
Our time together? We haven't spent time together in months, Louis.
I know, babe. Things should calm down at work soon, though.
Really? You mean that?
Yep. One of the girls is coming back from maternity leave soon. Plus, the bigwigs finally realized we couldn't go on like this, and they're going on a big recruitment drive. It's been a long time coming, but I can finally see the light at the end of the tunnel.
I can't tell you how pleased I am to hear that, sweetie. Your mom might have a thing or two to say about us holding off on kids, but it's our lives we're talking about here, not hers. I think we should just focus on enjoying our time together. And if she does come at us with anything else, well, we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. What do you think? Of course, I'll carry on doing everything I can to win her approval. But we have to draw a line in the sand when it comes to major decisions like that.
I couldn't agree more, babe. That sounds great. Let's do it. I think she got the message why I got mad at her, so she should back off the time being at least. If she does say anything at you, I can only apologize in advance. Make sure you let me know if she does.
Don't worry, sweetie. I can assure you, I'll bitch and moan about her to you with all my might if she does.
Sounds good to me. Make sure you let me know straight away if she says anything. I'll put her right back in her place.
Hey, Louis. Is now a good time? Sorry to message you while you're at work. It's just, I got a message from your mom.
My mom? What did it say? Not something horrible, I hope.
I can't deny it seemed a little horrible. She told me not to bother coming home for Christmas this year.
Wow, seriously? God damn it. Listen, babe, I didn't tell you this, but she told me she thinks I should rethink my relationship with you the other day.
What? Rethink your relationship with me? What's that supposed to mean? No way. Surely she doesn't want us to get a divorce.
Well, she didn't say outright, but I think that was the implication. I'm sorry, Sadie. I should have told you this before, but she actually sends me crap like this every day.
Wow. It sounds like your mom really hates me. What did I do to deserve this? Did I do something to upset her?
No, don't even say things like that. You haven't done anything wrong. She's the aggressor here. To be honest, she's been driving me crazy. She sends me stuff like this every day and shows those signs of stalking, and I'm not sure what to do. I can't exactly block her because she's my mom, but at the same time, I can't just let her keep saying all these hurtful things. It's taking a toll on me.
I'm the target here, Louis. It feels a little worse on my end.
Yeah, of course. But I'm the one whose inbox gets bombarded with it every day.
Louis, you don't agree with her, do you?
Of course I don't! I'm just not sure how to get her to back off without making things awkward between us.
If she hates me that much, why do I have to have anything to do with her at all? Maybe she'll back off if she understands I'm not willing to put up with it.
So what are you saying? That we should just cut her out of our lives? She's still my mom, Sadie.
I know that. Don't get the wrong idea. It's not like I'm saying I think you should break things off with her. Like you said, you're her son. But if she hates me, I don't see any reason I should engage with her. At least, not while she's like this.
All I wanted was for you two to get along.
You think I didn't? I've been working so hard to win her approval since we got married. This is the last thing I want. But what choice do I have? I gotta say, this has really taken me off guard. I thought she'd back off after you got mad with her when she tried to pull her crap last time. But if anything, she's getting worse. What's gotten into her? Did you tell her to make more of an effort to get along with me? Something seems so fishy about all this.
Huh? You think so? I guess you're right. It took me by surprise as well. I was sure she'd ease off after last time. It's been really messy with my head. I've been finding it harder to focus at work.
I'm sorry to hear that, sweetie. It's only natural that it bothers you. I was super shocked myself. I know me and her have never really spoken much. But to find out she actively hates me was just... wow. But to tell you the truth, Louis, I find the way you're acting over the whole... even stranger.
I'm sorry. I feel like I'm stuck in the middle here. I'm trying to keep things civil while at the same time not trying to rile either of you up by being too on the fence. I feel like no matter what I do, someone's going to hate me. But to tell you the truth, Sadie, I can't help but wonder certain things.
Certain things?
Like why you couldn't build a healthy relationship with my mom.
How many times do I have to tell you? I tried my best. The way she's acting makes literally no sense. What did I do to deserve this? Did I do something to upset her?
No, I really don't think you did.
Then why are you acting like it's my fault?
I'm not, I swear. My mom's the one in the wrong here. There's no doubt about that. I'm not going to make any apologies for the way she's acting. But I guess I can't deny I'm a little disappointed at how easily you seem to be willing to give up on making things work with her. It's like when the going gets tough, you just walk away. She's still my mom.
Louis?
I won't be coming home tonight.
What? Why?
I need some time to clear my head. Sorry, babe, but I need some time to think. If my mom sends you any more messages, don't worry about replying. Just ignore them. I'll tell her to back off just in case. Maybe you're right. Maybe it's for the best if you stop having anything to do with her.
Why, hello, Sadie dear. It's Louis's mother, Esther.
Huh? Esther?
Yes, dear. I purchased a new phone recently. I'd appreciate it if you message me on this number from now on.
New number. Got it.
I'm sure you must have heard from Louis already. But hasn't this whole farce dragged on far too long?
What do you mean?
Your marriage to my son. I never liked you from the get-go. I knew you weren't right for my boy the moment I laid eyes on you.
Wow, really?
Yes, really. I tried to get you to take the hint indirectly, but it seems you're too much of a dullard for the subtle approach. That aloof, nonchalant attitude of yours makes me sick.
Huh.
Now, your attitude would be bad enough on its own, but I fear you've proven incapable of even basic things like cleaning the house and cooking my son's meals. If you ask me, you should make more of an effort to provide for his needs as a man of the house. That means taking cookery courses so he can eat like a king, and foot massages every morning the moment he wakes up. Your mother-in-law is talking to you here, Sadie. I've heard enough of these brain-dead 50 IQ responses. If you have anything between those ears of yours, you'll start responding coherently and afford me the respect I deserve this instant. God, I knew it. I was right about you. Divorce my son. That's an order. He's out of your league. You're nothing but a drain on his precious time and energy.
Your son? Who are you?
What a stupid question. I'm your mother-in-law, obviously. I wouldn't be saying these things if I wasn't.
My mother-in-law? What? No, really, who are you?
Sadie! If you don't stop making fun of me, I'll make sure it's the last thing you ever do. That's it! You had the chance to make things right, and you blew it, doofus! Ahem. Forgive me. Well, I meant to say that you're making a grave mistake here, dear. My Louis is a good boy who does whatever I tell him to. I'll see to it that he divorces you if it's the last thing I do!
Fine. Divorce it is.
Huh?
Don't you even feel a little embarrassed about what you're doing?
What do you mean? I have nothing to be embarrassed about, dear.
You can drop the act now, dear. I know it's you, Louis. What the hell are you doing? Did you seriously go out of your way to buy a new phone to do this?
Have you lost your mind, young lady? I don't know what you mean. I am not Louis.
You know, you might have fooled me, but you see, Louis, I just so happen to be with your mom right now. That's right. The woman you're pretending to be is currently sat right next to me.
Huh?
We were just talking about mine and your future. I'll be coming home soon, so I need you to wait for me. We need to discuss the divorce.
Do not talk nonsense, young lady. I am not sat next to you right now. I'm sat comfortably in my armchair with a cup of coffee. I was knitting and watching the soap operas before this rather unpleasant discussion.
Me and my mom have been talking all about you. You tried to turn me and her against each other, didn't you?
Are you really with my mom right now?
Yippee! Did you finally stop impersonating her? I'll admit it, I'm surprised, Louis. I never thought you were this much of a moron. Can we drop the pathetic games now?
Answer my question.
I know everything. You've been trying to make me think your mom hates me for a while now. Me and Esther just had a long heart-to-heart. And it turns out you're doing the exact same thing to her behind my back. You told her I hated her, that I've been calling her every name under the sun, and that I never wanted to see her again for as long as I lived, that I thought she was ugly, etc., etc.
And no, I never said any of those things to her.
I'd just like to remind you that she sat next to me as we speak and can see all of your messages. So how about you cut the crap and start telling the truth? You were intentionally trying to cause problems between me and your mom.
Why would I do something like that? Can you think of a single reason I have for trying to make you hate each other? That's just crazy talk, babe.
You're right. It sounds crazy. We didn't understand it either. It didn't make any sense at all, at least on the surface. But then we did some digging and found out you're cheating on me. You did all of this so I'd break up with you. And you wouldn't look like the bad guy.
I am not cheating on you.
I just told you, Louis. We did our research. I'm not pulling this out of thin air. If it's proof you want, we have plenty. Imagine my surprise when I found out your lover has no idea you're married.
Did you say something to Tegan?
What does that have to do with anything? Me and your mom are furious with you. You lied and tried to manipulate me into breaking up with you by causing problems between me and your mom. If your mom had extended an olive branch by calling me in an attempt to clear the air between us, we would have carried on, thinking we both hated each other, and you might have actually gotten your way.
My mom called you?
Yes, she did, a few weeks ago, which means I already knew something fishy was going on by the last time you said she was bad-mouthing me. I went along with it because we were still gathering evidence back then, but I knew you were lying. So, go on, Louis. I'll give you one chance to explain yourself.
I just, God, please, babe, it's not what you think. I want you to know that I never meant to hurt you. In fact, it was precisely because I didn't want to hurt you that I did this. I mean, let's face it, you have been destroyed if I told you I was in love with another woman. I thought if we had to divorce due to my mom, it wouldn't sting so much.
Seriously, Louis? You're still trying to divorce me? Whatever the reason, a divorce is a divorce. And I would have still been hurt. The only reason you did this was to protect your own reputation. You know what everyone would have thought of you if they knew you cheated on me. So you lied, cheated, and deceived to stop people finding out. Then, you could have remarried your lover without a hint of criticism. After all, it couldn't be helped if you were pressured into the divorce by your mom, right?
I'm so sorry, babe. I just couldn't bring myself to tell you. It's not like I hated you or anything. I just couldn't bring myself to tell you I've fallen for another woman. I didn't want to break your heart. I didn't want to see you hurt. I didn't want to see you cry. Is that so wrong of me?
Do you actually believe any of this crap? Because I can't believe what I'm reading. You didn't want to see me hurt, but you convinced me my mother-in-law hated my guts? How do you think that felt? You hurt me more than anyone ever did. As if hurting me wasn't enough, you did the same exact thing to your mom. Then you went as far as buying a new phone to trick me into thinking she wanted us to get a divorce with a torrent of hateful messages. I'll never forgive you for this.
You'll never forgive me? What does that mean, babe? You're not going to do anything drastic, are you?
No, I'm not going to do anything drastic at all. I'm going to make the only reasonable move there is in this situation. We're getting a divorce. I'll also be suing you for compensation and having a chat with your lover. She might not know you're married, but cheating is cheating.
Whoa. Can we just slow down for a sec there? Divorce is going too far. Please, babe, just calm down. I admit I screwed up. I'm an idiot for what I did, and I'll never try and argue otherwise. But divorce? Really? Surely we can talk this through. Can we do that? Pretty please, with a cherry on top?
Why do I have to do anything you ask me? You cheated on me, Louis. What the hell did you expect? A thank you present and declarations of undying love? Oh yeah, your mom said she's disgusted with you and no longer considers you her son. She's breaking off all ties with you and you'll never see or hear from her again after today. We also gave your boss a call and told him you've been cheating on me all this time, citing dire circumstances at the office as your excuse to disappear for entire evenings.
You rang my boss? Why would you?
You met your lover through work, didn't you? She's one of your customers. A married employee having an affair with a customer? I'm sure you'll agree, it's not the best PR.
Oh man, I really screwed up, didn't I? I can't tell you how sorry I am, babe. I am filled with nothing but regret, shame, and disgust with myself. You deserve better. I'm so sorry. I admit it. I've been a lying scumbag, a treacherous lowlife, but I'll never betray you again. And I mean that. I'm sorry. Please, you have to undo this. Call my boss back and tell me it was all a prank, or a misunderstanding, or something.
What a surprise. As usual, all you care about is yourself. We're coming to the house now. Wait there. Your mom's about to give you the dressing down of a lifetime. Shortly after that, me and Louis's mom arrived at the house. The sight of her screaming at her wayward son with the rage of 1,000 sons and him collapsing on the floor in floods of tears is something I'll never forget. He said sorry about 1,000 times, but of course, it was too little too late. Esther then forced him to sign the divorce papers and pay me compensation. We didn't have to get any lawyers involved because he was so terrified of his mom that he gave me the money willingly. Louis's relationship with his lover fell apart when she found out he'd been lying to her about being married the whole time. To make his situation worse, his boss demoted him and filed for him to be immediately transferred away from HQ to a rural branch in the middle of nowhere after I told him what he'd been up to behind closed doors. I don't know what made him think he had a chance, but Louis kept showing up at the house, begging me to take him back. I guess having lost everything, he thought I was the last person he'd be able to rely on. Obviously, I called the police immediately and had him arrested for disturbing the peace. I can't exactly say the neighbors were pleased to hear the sounds of "Take me back, Sadie!" accompanied by frantic banging on the door at 2 a.m. in the morning. Naturally, I blocked him too. I was shocked at first when I found out about the affair and how he tried to make me and his mom hate each other. But now, I'm grateful I saw his true colors sooner rather than later. Who knows, maybe if he wasn't such a moron, he would have actually gone away with it. The way I see it, I dodged a bullet. Esther's no longer my mother-in-law since the divorce, but we're still in regular contact, and I'm proud to call her my friend. It's kind of ironic given how things seemed between us back then. Just a few days ago, I received another package full of vegetables and a jar of her famous pickled onions. I wasn't very lucky when it came to my husband, but his mom's great. I guess it's just like they say, every cloud has a silver lining. To tell you the truth, I'm still not totally over what happened. But I'm not gonna let that stop me from moving forward and building a new life for myself. We all deserve happiness, and it's time I found my little slice.
Thank you for watching. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel.
Oh, sorry, Zach. Take care of Anna for me, will you?
Anna's fine. It's a friend's funeral, right? Go and take your time.
Yeah, thanks. Oh, I don't know what I would do without you. I'll get home as soon as possible.
Got it. I'll take care of things.
Thanks again. The diapers and powdered milk are on the table. I also wrote down what needs to be done on a note. Take a look at it if you don't know what to do. I'll bathe her when I come back, so...
I get it. You've said this over and over already.
But it's your first time taking care of Anna on your own, right? Usually you're too busy with work.
Anna's a well-behaved baby, so it should be fine. I'll look it up on the internet if there's something I don't know.
Well, I guess. Call me immediately if something happens, alright? I'll get home as soon as possible if so.
Yeah. You really do worry too much.
But, oh, I really can't help but worry.
You already did all the preparation before going, and Anna's still asleep. You know what? I should go and take a nap with Anna.
Really? I guess that's fine, but just don't sleep next to her, alright?
What? Why not?
You might crush her in your sleep. Things like that happen more often than you might think.
Alright, I got it. Anna will sleep in her cradle, and I'll sleep on the couch.
Check if she has milk and change her diapers when you wake up, alright?
Mrs. Jones, is everything all right? I'll come and help you if you need some help, okay?
Miss Carter? What is it suddenly?
I'm pretty sure Anna's been crying for at least 1 hour now. She usually doesn't cry, so... She's crying pretty loudly. Is everything all right? I'm sorry if I'm just bothering you, though. I just couldn't ignore it.
An hour? Are you sure that's our house?
What? Isn't she crying? Are you at home?
Actually, I'm not home right now.
What? You're not at home?
Yes, I'm currently at an acquaintance's funeral and left my husband, Zach, at home to take care of Anna. Oh, something must have happened if she's been crying for an hour now. I'll ask Zach about it.
I see. You should call your husband as soon as possible. Maybe Anna's having trouble with the new environment. I could go and help if you like.
Thanks, that would really help a lot.
It's nothing. I can't just ignore it, can I? Sorry if I'm being too nosy.
Zach, is Anna all right? I got a text from our neighbor, Mrs. Carter, saying that Anna's been crying really loudly for an hour now. Text me as soon as possible, all right? Zach, is everything all right over there? Miss Carter says she'll come by and help if you're having trouble. Text me as soon as you see this, all right? Zach? What are you doing? Oh, did something happen? Answer me, please. Miss Carter, my husband won't answer my calls. Can you still hear Anna crying?
Yep, she's still crying. Your husband won't answer?
Yes. Oh, he usually answers my text immediately, but I doubt he's still asleep when Anna's crying right next to him. Oh, what should I do? I wonder if something's happened.
Maybe your husband's collapsed or something?
What? Oh, I hope not.
It's strange that he won't answer, isn't it? Something must have happened. Should I go and check on your house, Mrs. Jones?
Will you do that for me, please?
You should come home as soon as possible, Mrs. Jones.
What happened?
I rung the doorbell, but no one's answering. There's no car in the garage either. Only your husband had a license, right?
The car's gone? What?
Yes, the car's gone, but I can still hear Anna's cries from inside the house. I took a peek inside through the window near the backyard, but it doesn't look like your husband is there.
What? He's not home? But why? Anna's still crying, right? He wasn't there the whole time? What should I do?
Calm down, Mrs. Jones. I'm here to help, so calm down. I'll do what I can to help. When will you be able to get here?
Oh, it'll take at least an hour even if I hurry. What to do? I should probably call the police, right? I don't know what I'll do if something happens to Anna.
1 hour, huh? I'm sorry, Mrs. Jones, but do you mind if I break the window glass? It's been quite some time since I noticed something was wrong, and there's really no time to wait. It would be quicker if I just went it than if you called the police.
Yes, do it! I don't mind if you break the glass, so just get in there and see what's happening, will you please? Oh, I'm really so sorry. I'll get there as soon as I can.
Mrs. Jones, I brought Anna over to my house. Don't worry, she's all right. It looks like her throat's dry from crying too much, though. I changed her diapers and gave her some milk, so she should be fine.
Is that so? I'm glad she's fine, I guess. Truly, I am in your debt.
He wasn't home, and it looks like he still hasn't returned either.
The car was gone, so I guess it has to be expected. Will you take care of Anna for me a bit longer, please? I know I'm causing you a lot of trouble. I'll be there in 10 minutes.
Of course I'll take care of her. Don't worry about it. I'm just glad Anna's all right. It looks like she tired herself out, though. She drank some milk and looks like she's about to fall asleep now.
I see. Oh, thank you again so much for your help. I don't know what I would have done without you.
It's fine, really. Anna's the one who had a hard time, not me. Just come home quickly and give her a hug, will you?
Yes, thank you so much.
Mary, it's an emergency! What should I do?
What's wrong? You left Anna alone and haven't replied to my text in hours.
That's not important right now! We've been robbed!
Robbed?
Yep, the house was robbed while I was gone. The window's been broken. Anna's gone too. She was in the cradle when I left.
And?
What do you mean, and? We've been robbed, don't you get it? I get home when I find the house like this.
You got home and you found the house was robbed and that Anna was gone?
I'm telling you that's what happened. I'm calling the cops, all right? Anna's been kidnapped too.
No need to call the police. Anyways, you're telling me that you left Anna alone in the house and went off somewhere? Where did you go?
I just went to the convenience store nearby. And when I get home, the window was broken and Anna isn't there.
The convenience store nearby? You were away for a few minutes and all that happened, you say?
Yes! All I did was go to the convenience store.
You went to the convenience store that's a 4-minute walk from our house by car and have been there since noon? What were you doing at the convenience store for that long?
What? How do you know I left at noon?
Our neighbor, Mrs. Carter, heard Anna crying and checked on the house. She says you weren't there and that the car was gone. We were so worried that something might have happened to Anna, so I asked her to break the window and check on her. It's not a robbery. Anna and I are now at my parents' house.
So it wasn't a robbery?
Miss Carter told me something was wrong, so I came home as soon as possible. I texted you at noon, didn't I? Miss Carter was worried since Anna's cries wouldn't stop, which is why she called. You didn't see my texts?
Oh, I didn't notice.
It's loud at the casino, I guess, huh?
What? The casino?
You lose awareness of your surroundings when you focus, right? No wonder you didn't notice my texts.
I really just went to the convenience store for a few minutes.
Oh, do you really think I'll believe that? You're telling me you went to the convenience store even after you noticed Anna was gone? I'm impressed at your lies.
But it's true. Why won't you believe me?
Oh, just cut it out, will you? It seems that this hobby of yours is more important than your own daughter. I heard from someone that they saw you at the casino you always go to.
What? Who said that? I have no idea what you're talking about.
I couldn't contact you, so I asked your friends whether they had seen you or not. Someone said they saw you at the casino, so I went over to take a look. And then I found your car in the parking lot. I really couldn't believe it.
So you caught me. That's what I get for not checking my phone.
You left your infant child to go to the casino. Just what were you thinking?
But she's fine, right?
She's fine? I fail to see what part of the situation is fine.
She's still an infant who can't walk, so who cares if I leave her in the house alone? It's not like something would have happened, you know? She was asleep anyways.
Just what are you talking about? Didn't you think that she might wake up and start crying? She can't do anything on her own, you know? Honestly, the nerve you must have to leave your infant daughter alone in the house for hours to go to the casino. I just can't believe it. What were you planning on doing if something had happened to Anna?
Ugh, what is it with you? You shouldn't have left me with Anna in the first place if you're gonna be this strict with me.
What? Do you even understand what you just did?
Huh? But nothing happened, didn't it? Our neighbor, too, was way too tense. Why'd she have to break the window? She didn't even clean up her mess.
What? Are you an idiot? Everything was fine only because Miss Carter came and helped. Do you really not understand even after all I said? I am not coming back to that house anymore.
What? Why?
I can't live with someone who would just do what you did without the slightest regret. You don't even think what you did was wrong, do you? And you even have the nerve to get mad.
Huh? I'm saying that I have no idea what you're talking about.
You're the one who left your infant daughter alone for half a day because you wanted to go to the casino, right? Just what were you thinking? I'm going to be telling your parents about what happened, okay? I'm even considering divorce.
What are you talking about? You're making such a big deal out of this.
The fact that you think that this isn't a big deal is enough reason for me to leave you. You know that babies are weak and need their parents to take care of them, right? They can't even walk or drink milk on their own. Luckily, nothing happened this time, but you should consider what might have happened in the worst-case scenario.
But it'll be hard for you if we get divorced, you know? What will you do?
I'm pretty sure continuing to live with someone like you will be much harder, if not outright dangerous.
Reconsider this, please. I'll be more careful from now on.
No thanks. I just can't believe what you say anymore. I don't want to see your texts or your face anymore. Anna and I are already tired and want to go to bed. So, goodbye then.
Wait! What should I do about the window? I don't take care of things on my own, you know? Don't leave me!
What are you saying? You'll be fine. You can walk and cook for yourself, right? It'll be fine if I just leave you there at the house. I decided to divorce Zach after that. Of course, I'm the one who took custody of Anna and am now living a normal life with the help of my parents. Thanks to Miss Carter, Anna is healthy and is quickly getting big. Once things settled down after the divorce, I went to give her my thanks. Apparently, one day she heard a bunch of shouting. It must have been Zach's parents scolding him for what he did. He used the money he had saved up and the money he got by selling the house on my alimony and on child support. Apparently, Zach's father was a very strict person and couldn't forgive him for what he did. So, he forced Zach to quit his job and became a monk at a local temple. Apparently, the temple was known for being really strict and old-fashioned. Zach couldn't take it and tried many times to escape, but was always immediately caught, it seems. He continues to do the grueling work given to him by the temple to this day. I pray that he is reborn a better person.
Thank you for watching. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel.
Hey there, Sarah. I was just messaging you because I heard that you came over the other day. Is that true? Oh, hey there, Tina. Yes, actually, I did happen to go over to your house yesterday. Well, don't you think that that's pretty mean of you to decide to visit while I was away on a trip? Not only that, but I heard that you got taken out to eat at a pretty nice place, too. I guess you all just wait to have fun together until after I leave, don't you? Well, it was just that someone had a coupon for the place that was about to expire, so I think they were already planning on going to eat out. Besides, your mom is always trying to find ways to take people out and share experiences with them. Is it really so bad if I happen to go out and eat with my in-laws? Well, I just hope that you enjoyed your steak dinner or whatever it was that you had. I just can't help but thinking that I should have been there in your place. Honestly, just what is my family thinking, taking you out like that and spoiling you? It's ridiculous. I'm really sorry, Tina, but you were away on a vacation like you said. I didn't know that you were out of town, otherwise I would have offered that we all go out and use my coupon. But I'll be sure to try and think of your schedule the next time I go over. Well, you really just should have done that from the very start, you know? I mean, you're lucky that my parents are nice enough to not say anything about you. But I'm just sure that they were furious with you for coming over and not taking me out for dinner as well. So the next time you have the idea to take my family out to eat, don't forget about me. Right, I will be sure to never do that again. I am really sorry for the confusion. Oh, and just one more thing. I went on vacation this last time with my boyfriend. Oh, okay. I hope the two of you had fun together. Oh, you have no idea. It was just the best. I mean, we really went all out. We went to the beach, got in the ocean, enjoyed the hotel. I really don't think there was a single thing that we left undone. And then at our hotel, on the very last day of our trip, he proposed to me. Oh, really? Well, that's really great news. Congratulations on that, Tina. I really mean that. Thank you very much. I knew that he had something big planned out for the trip, but he just refused to tell me what it was. That reminds me, though, it's already the end of summer, so are you really not going to take a trip anywhere this year? I actually really hate the hot weather, so the less I do in a season like this, the better. But I'm already thinking of some nice places to go to once it becomes fall. Oh, Sarah, that really is just too bad. Do you know that? What are you talking about? It's just that I don't like the heat and prefer cooler weather. Is that really so bad? I mean, have you thought about what you're going to do when you have a child? Are you really just not going to take them anywhere because you might get a little hot? Well, I wasn't really talking about traveling with a kid, but if I were to have a child of my own, then of course I would try to take them places that they would want to go. So, then you're saying that you would even take them somewhere during the summer? Wait a second, I got it. I finally figured out what this is really about. The truth is that you don't have any money to go on trips, isn't it? No, that really isn't it. Like at all. But if you're talking about how expensive it can be to travel in the summer, then you're right about that. I usually do try and aim my trips to not be during peak season so that they don't cost me an arm and a leg. Well, if you're not traveling at off-season, then it must be because you can't afford to. After all, I know that you can't have that much money with the job my brother works. So I guess you really can't help it if you just can't afford to do anything. Though, I really just can't relate. My boyfriend, I guess I have to call him my fiancé now, is so rich and lets me do whatever I want. Well, it sounds to me like you have a very kind and generous fiancé then. That's right, he is my fiancé, and he's all mine after I marry him. Thank goodness I waited for the right person to come along before getting married. Unlike you with my lame brother. But then again, it's really no wonder why I ended up in the situation that I'm in. I guess my charm just naturally attracts the most successful and handsome men to me. You know, I didn't just marry the first person who I happened to fall in love with, right? What are you talking about? You were desperate to get married, and then you just rushed into what you're having now with my brother, right? I mean, we all know that you're not exactly a spring chicken anymore. It's pretty clear that you're just getting married so that people would stop feeling bad about you. That really isn't what happened at all, and I'd appreciate you keeping your assumptions to yourself. Well, I'm sorry, but I'm just taking a look at the facts and telling you the conclusions that I'm coming to. Still, though, I can't believe that you wanted to get married when there was little money between the two of you. It was really quite irresponsible, no matter how you think about it. But what else can you expect from a rush job wedding like yours? You were probably moving so fast that you couldn't even think straight. No, I mean, we already agreed that we would really just do things for a photo shoot, but that we didn't want some huge party or anything like that. You're such a liar, and you're doing a horrible job of hiding it. Obviously, anyone with money would want to have a huge blowout celebration. I mean, what little girl hasn't dreamed of getting to have a huge wedding all about her? You're telling me that you really didn't want anything like that at all? That you were just fine watching everyone around you have wonderful weddings while you settled for what you and my brother had? The least you could do is fess up and be honest with me about this. I really am just not the kind of girl that you think I am, I guess. But Toby and I were never going to have any other kind of wedding than the one we are going to. I guess there's just really not getting anything out of you, is there? I should have known that you would insist on living your fantasy world than just accepting what I'm saying to you. I have no idea what my brother ever saw in a lady as stubborn as you. He should have gone with someone that he really loved instead. Maybe he should have followed in my footsteps and waited more carefully. Maybe if I didn't do things the way that I did, then we wouldn't have ended up with someone as unique looking as yourself. Okay, well, I've had just about enough of all this, so if you'll excuse me, I'm going to get back to work now. You mean that you know that I've been right about all of this, and that's why you're running away? You've got nothing else to say to me. You're really just so pathetic sometimes, do you know that? The thing is that you probably actually do have to work, but that just proves my point about how poor you really are. Anyways, good luck with your job. I hope you can make enough money to do something more special for your wedding. Hey there, Sarah. I was just wondering if you heard the big news from Toby. You mean about you getting married? Yes, I heard. That's very, very exciting for you. Well, you have to be at least a little surprised by all of this, right? I mean, can you believe that I'm going to be having my wedding at the same place as that celebrity? This is going to be just amazing. Yeah, it really is something, isn't it? I'm very much looking forward to the big day. I know, everyone is just going to be so jealous of me. It's the best feeling ever. I've already custom ordered my dress and everything too. This is going to be the best wedding that anyone has ever seen, and it's mine. Are you really sure about that, Tina? What do you mean, am I sure about that? Just why wouldn't I be sure about all of this, huh? I mean, it sounds like you're putting a lot of money into this wedding. Are you sure that that's a good idea? If you're asking me if I'm worried about being able to afford this wedding, then you have nothing to worry about, Sarah. My amazing fiancé Mark told me that he was going to be paying for everything, and that he wouldn't spare a cent if it was something that I wanted. Isn't that just amazing? He wants me to have the wedding of my dreams, so he didn't even give me a budget. He just told me to say the word and whatever I wanted was mine. You must be so jealous of me right now, huh? I'm not really jealous. Thanks for checking in, though. I just wanted to make sure that you thought everything was okay. But I am sorry if I was overstepping my bounds and being a bit of a worrywart. Oh, trust me, I really enjoy you giving me any opportunity to prove you wrong and brag about my wedding at the same time. It just really is a shame that you'll never have what I have. You were just too focused on getting married before me, weren't you? That really wasn't even part of our wedding plans at all, if you must know. Whatever. It is so obvious that you're just lying out of embarrassment right now. I know that you're jealous because I'm going to have my perfect wedding. Anyways, I hope that you've picked up something really special to wear to my wedding at least. Because, to be honest, I think we're going to have it at a place that wouldn't typically let in people like you. I see. Well, thank you so much for the heads up, but I've already chosen what I'm going to wear at the wedding. Whatever. just make sure you take a shower the day of my wedding, after all. You're going to be sitting with my family since you're married to my brother. Just make sure you don't stink up the place. Anyways, I guess we'll see you at my wedding then. Make sure you bring us a wedding gift, if you can afford it. Hello, Tina. I'm sorry to bother you while you're busy getting ready right now, but I just had something that I needed to ask you really quick. What is it? Don't you know that I'm getting my hair and makeup done right now? Whatever it is that you want to talk to me about, just make it quick. Well, okay then. The thing is that I just arrived here and the usher is telling me that I don't have a seat at the wedding. I told them to check the table for close family where Toby would be sitting. But they even checked there and still said that they didn't have a record of any guest with my name. I was sure that I sent in my RSVP, so I don't know what's happening right now. Oh, I see what's going on here. Yeah, I can clear this up for you. I've instructed the staff here not to let you in under any circumstances. Wait, what? I'm sorry, but why in the world would you do something like that? Well, I was thinking about it, and I realized that I just couldn't have you at my wedding. You would just ruin the entire aesthetic that I was going for. Then again, I don't know what aesthetic you would even fit in, but either way, I wasn't about to suffer you being the background of all my wedding photos, ruining them. But you understand, don't you? I mean, there's nothing wrong with wanting to be surrounded by pretty things when you get married. And one way you can ensure that is by not letting any ugly things or people in. So you're telling me that you uninvited me to your wedding because you think that I'm ugly? Is that not clear already? I certainly hope that you didn't think that I thought you were beautiful or anything like that. I really just don't even know what to say to this. I mean, I spent a lot of money renting this dress for today. I don't care if you had the most beautiful and expensive dress in the whole world. What would be the point of putting a pig like you in it and ruining it? Did you really think that I was going to let you near my family on my big day? No way. So why don't you just turn around and go home? Are you sure about that? You really want me to leave right now? Duh. That's literally what I just said, isn't it? Anyways, I already told you that I'm busy, so just leave. If all you're going to do is whine and complain about how you came all the way down here for this, then save it because I don't want to hear it. I'm the star of today, and so if I don't want to talk to you, then there's no way that you can make me. You really don't have a clue about what you're talking about, do you? Man, you're just an idiot, Tina. Excuse me? Did you really just send that message to me on my wedding day? You're the idiot. You're just mad because I wasted your time and now you have to go home. But just beat it because I don't want to see you at all today. So tuck your tail in between your legs and just run away already. I'm sorry, but if you think this is going to end well for you, then you are going to be sorely mistaken, Tina. You broke your promise, but if you really want, then I can still go home. What in the world are you talking about? Have you gone crazy or something? I thought I already told you to go home and leave me alone. Why are you still texting me? You should know that this was always going to happen and that I was never once going to really give you a seat at my wedding. Okay then, that's fine. I'll just have to collect my $50,000 then and I'll be on my way. $50,000? What on earth are you talking about? Well, I'm talking about the money that I lent your husband to throw this wedding, of course. Hold on a second. Seriously, what are you talking about? My husband didn't borrow a cent from you. You're crazy. And if you think he borrowed $50,000 from anyone, then you really have no idea what you're talking about at all. There you go again, proving my point about just how stupid you really are, Tina. You have no idea that your husband was borrowing money from me to be able to throw your wedding. So what are you going to do now? Pay me back or make me go home? No, seriously, what in the world are you talking about right now? I guess maybe you should have a little chat with your fiancé about all of this. I'll go home and send you the invoice for your debt later, okay? Hey there, Tina. I just wanted to congratulate you on having your wedding the other day. Did you talk to your husband, Mark, about paying back the money he borrowed from me? I was just curious if you guys decided when you were going to be repaying me all of that back. I don't know. It's not my problem because it's not money that I borrowed from you. Well, you should know that I'm looking over Mark and I's contract here. He told me that in the event that he can't pay me back, that I can claim repayment in kind with his personal belongings. This is all your fault. I was supposed to have the perfect wedding and you completely ruined everything. Do you know that? I'm sure that I have no idea at all of what you're talking about right now, Tina. Did you know that after the wedding, Mark and I got into a huge fight? He told me that I was asking for too much for the wedding, so he had to go somewhere for the money. He told me that this was all my fault. Can you believe him? I couldn't believe that he actually said that. But now it seems like you think that all of this is really my fault instead, but I'm afraid that I've got nothing to do with this. How can you say that when you demanded that we pay back the money right then and there? Why couldn't we just pay you monthly or something like that until we had paid everything off? I guess you really didn't talk all that much with your husband about how this was done. After all, the reason why I demanded to be paid back immediately was because of the rudeness that you were showing me. And just what is that supposed to mean, huh? I mean that when your husband borrowed the money from me, we had a very specific arrangement. I told him about how you were always rude to me and that I didn't feel comfortable lending him money for your wedding. But he told me that he would talk to you and make sure that you didn't keep up that kind of bad behavior towards me. But he never told me anything like that at all. Well, we included it in the contract that that was to be part of the deal for the loan. In fact, none of this would be happening right now if it weren't for you acting the way that you did towards me. I'm actually surprised that he didn't mention any of that to you at all. But then that means that it can't be my fault. I didn't know anything, and it's all Mark's fault for not telling me about any of this sooner. Well, you might have a point there. But a contract is a contract, and it would have never been made if you weren't asking for so much. But, I mean, why in the world would Mark think to go to you and ask for money? Doesn't he know how much we dislike each other? Well, you were insistent of having your perfect wedding no matter the cost, weren't you? You even told Mark that you'd divorce him right after the wedding if everything didn't go exactly as you pictured it, right? So he felt like he had no choice but to come to me and ask for a loan. But that still doesn't make any sense. I mean, why would he go to you for money? He had other options like our parents or friends or literally anyone else. I heard that both your parents turned Mark down. They said it was silly to spend so much money on a wedding. They were never about to give in to your crazy demands like Mark was. But you told Mark that it would be fine if he paid you back a little bit every month, didn't you? Did you know that he didn't even come home last night? Well, again, I think that you're going to have to take the blame for that one. And just how is that my fault too? Why is everything my fault? Especially when you were the one sending Mark screenshots of our conversation. I didn't think that you were the kind of person to make fun of someone behind their back. I didn't think that you were capable of something like this at all. Well, it sure is a good thing that we both learned about who we really are so early on, isn't it? Sarah, please. I'm so sorry for all this. You have to forgive me. You have to know that I never wanted things to go this way. Okay, and? What do you expect me to do in light of any of that, huh? I just mean that I'm sorry, okay? I'm sorry about borrowing money that we didn't have from you. I'm sorry for calling you ugly, and I'm sorry for all the other mean things that I've said and done. Just please don't ask for us to pay you back all at once. There's no way we could do that. Yeah, well, too bad, because that's what's happening. You mean even after I said that I was sorry for everything, you're still going through with this? I thought that we were family. Why do you need all the money back right away? What are you talking about? You don't think that we're family? You didn't invite me to your wedding because it would mean that I'd sit with your family. You only ever looked down on me the entire time that I've known you. And you think that I'll forgive you for everything because you ask for it? Please, this is all just a big mistake. I really didn't even know that you made so much money. I mean, you didn't even have a wedding, but I thought it was because you couldn't afford it. Well, it sounds to me like you were just seeing the world in the way you wanted it to be, not how it really was. But you brought this upon yourself. I'm not going to be changing my mind, and that's my final answer. After that, I heard that things only got worse for Tina and Mark and that they ended up getting a divorce. I have no idea what Mark was thinking, not talking to Tina about the conditions of his loan. I tried to be patient with him and give him warnings here and there, but maybe he was just too busy planning the wedding to really pay attention. But while he was doing that, Tina was busy getting him into deeper and deeper trouble with me. To pay back the money, Mark had to sell his car and many other possessions he owned. Since they were married, Tina was also compelled to cough up half the debt. Tina almost avoided paying her half, but when she told her parents about the divorce and what happened to cause it, they were furious. She had meant to ask them if she could live with them again, but they said only on the condition that she pay half the loan. What ended up happening instead was that Tina's parents paid for her debt, but they made her sign a contract agreeing to work to pay it all off. Tina's dad found her a job through one of his connections and shipped her off to an oil rig in the middle of the ocean. I haven't heard anything from them in months, and I prefer to keep it that way. When Tina's parents first agreed to pay her debt, I knew she had gone there to ask them if she could live at their house again. I was so worried that I'd never be able to spend time with my in-laws again since Tina would be there. But thankfully, I don't have to worry about that anymore.
Thank you for watching. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel.